Jacksons say they had no idea the man staying in their home was being sought in the Nikki Vanderheiden murder investigation. In fact, Ed Jackson and George Birch had gone fishing the very day her body was discovered.
Oh, he was real happy. He had a big smile on his face and holding it up. And that picture actually played a big part in it also because when you focus in on it and you look at his right hand, you can see the cuts on his knuckles.
But detectives only learned that Birch was in Green Bay after he seemingly outsmarted himself.
We had no contact with him with the Sheriff's Department. However, Green Bay Police Department did have one contact with him from right around that time frame.
It was from a minor hit-and-run traffic accident involving a Chevy Blazer that belonged to the Jacksons. When the vehicle was found, the front seat had been set on fire. It was the same vehicle Birch drove the night of the murder.
And at that point, the Jacksons called in for a stolen vehicle. And the last person to use that vehicle was George Birch. And he said that, I must have left the keys in the car. Somebody must have stolen it.
But now George Birch's name was in the police department database, along with his address.
So I jumped in my car and ran out to that house, and there he is, standing on the porch smoking a cigarette.
And even better, he had given his cell phone to the police to clear his name in the earlier investigation.
It basically mapped out his night and gave us a lot of the answers that we needed to have.
The GPS app from the phone showed Birch spent most of the night at his favorite haunt, Richard Cranium's, where detectives believe he met Nikki Vanderheiden.
She was just looking for a ride home, and then he ended up bringing her home and sexually assaulting her in front of her residence. She's inside of a vehicle, fell out the passenger side onto the ground, which is where he proceeded to curb stomp her, or stomp her head into the ground, stomp her back into the ground, which is how the footprints would have gotten, shoe prints would have gotten on her back. And then the phone moved and went directly from Nicole's residence to the scene where the body was located. So his phone showed him at every single crime scene location and basically mapped out that night for us.
Now authorities were sure they finally had the right person who had taken Nikki off the quiet streets of Green Bay and killed her.